I've just been making up a bit of a concoction this morning using one of my wash bowls, and I've put in about 1/4 cup of fish blood and bone, and then same bone meal and 777 Gromo. Then I've added a capful of tomato food to that and a capful of seaweed. So this has got a massive amount of nutrients in it. And I'm going to get a bit of a mix up and see how much of that dissolves in here. So I'm trying to make this more of a liquid feed than a slow release fertiliser, so I can get some nutrients straight into roots of those Italian plum tomatoes until that CalMag comes, which I'm sure should be here today or tomorrow. So that's had a good amount of water in it. Then I'll just make sure it's all mixed up properly. And see how much it dissolves. If a lot of this is water soluble, then I can get a really good boost of nutrients from my plants. So I'm just going to let that stand for a bit. I know most of it dissolves. If not, I could always put it through a blender. Before we carry on with today's video, I just want to say thank you very much to Adam Johnson for that donation that you made to the channel yesterday. It really is appreciated. And of course, every penny we get goes straight back into this channel so we can buy different types of fertilisers and compost and carry on planting new things as part of these videos that we're doing on a daily basis. So thank you very much for that, Adam. I really do appreciate it. I collected some more tomatoes again this morning. Starting to get quite a few now. And I've got these peas that I need to sort out as well. They're not a bad size now. They're not huge, but they're big enough to hold their own. And of course, peas have really intense root systems, so they're going to fill these little cells out pretty quick. I'm trying to catch them this time before they get root bound. I'll just have a look at the biggest one and see how that's doing. So you can see, even for a small plant, it's got quite a lot of roots on it. So they're going to start and tangle up even more now. So the best thing to do is to get them into a container or wherever we're putting them. And since they're a dwarf variety of pea called Twinkle, we don't need to put them in a massive container. I'm just trying to replace those March 2 that are now getting a little tired. So if we just get something else going, I think it's always better as you're coming to middle of summer to concentrate more on dwarf varieties, because they're going to grow quicker and they're going to fruit quicker as well. I don't want to be waiting for another set of plants to grow 6 feet. So I'm going to concentrate more on container things of the dwarf variety. And I'm going to put some in one of these caravan wash bowls, because they're quite deep. Plus they don't take up a lot of space or compost, so why not? Just pop in a bit of rough stuff in the bottom that we saved. Only an inch or so, but it makes for better drainage with it being so lumpy, because this is what's left over from sieving as compost, so nothing goes to waste. Then I'll fill it up. Just going to level that down a little bit. This is new compost as well, so we don't really need to put any feed in it at the moment, but it wouldn't hurt to do that. I think just to be on the safe side, I'll just put 3 in, with it being quite a small container, and I'll just put them in a triangle like that, slightly away from edge. We'll just push one of these little plants in. This is why I want to catch them before all them roots get tangled. And that's not a bad one. Roots are quite free on this as well, so it's not a problem. We can just drop that straight in, push it down. And I think this is the next biggest one out of that pack. So we could make up a few of these if we wanted, and try and use as little compost as possible. So just 3 plants in there, and because they're a dwarf variety as they grow, they should be able to hold themselves up. I'll just give them a little bit of a watering, just to get them on the way. So that's 3 plants in already. And as I said, we can make up quite a few of these because the more we harvest, the more of these bowls come free. And at the moment, I've got 6. Looks like we're going to be getting a few more things going over the next few days because I need to utilise this time of year as much as possible because it's a very cold, dark, bleak autumn and winter, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. We'll stick to some dwarf varieties. At least we know we're going to get something from these because they're going to come to flower a lot quicker than a full size one. And if they get a little unstable, I'll just pop a couple of short canes in there just to keep them upright, especially with the winds we keep getting, because they'll be going outside in container garden. Your peas don't like to be too hot, so it's not really good to grow them in a greenhouse. It can actually stop them producing flowers. I've also got some of these. That's some more little gem plants that we've grown in a little plastic tub, but they're getting to be quite a good size now, so we need to move these on if we're going to get any more salads. We're running a bit low on salad because we have been a bit greedy with it over the last few weeks. So as you're doing that, you need to be replacing it with fresh plants. All I need to do is just move them on into one of these. That'll hold 12 individual plants. I'm pretty sure we can get 12 out of there. And that's quite a lot of plants to keep us going. So I'm just going to bob a bit of compost in there. And we'll get some of these little gems on the way. Same size cells, always comes in handy. We can compact that compost down a little bit then. Just makes that job a lot quicker that way. And then we'll give that a good watering. I find it easier to get the seedlings in when the compost is already wet. And pricking these out and popping them into these cells, you've probably all seen lots of times before, but we do get quite a few new subscribers every day. So it's always worth doing that little close-up again for people that have not seen how I do it. The easiest way to do this job is to make those holes really deep in this compost to start with. When we're moving lettuce seedlings on, we always want to plant them deep so they're a more stable plant. Now we've done that bit, it's just a case of selecting whatever plants you want to take out. Obviously, trying to concentrate more on your bigger ones so then you can let the others grow on. And we just ease them out of that compost, trying not to break the tops of these plants. And even if we only get a little bit of root like that, it's enough. Then we can just drop those in there, then firm them in. And then just go again. These plants are a bit more leggy than I'd normally have them, but it doesn't matter because we're burying them so deep anyway. I've got plenty of roots on them. We've just kept them in shade for a bit when that sun came out and got too hot, so that causes your plants to stretch a little bit, but they'll sort themselves out as they grow. So just poking it down with that pencil, and we can soon get quite a few of these plants in. You can also just take a clump out if you wanted to, and then just separate them like that. Whichever way you find easiest. And there you go. Quick easy job, and we've got 12 more lettuce plants on the way now, and I'll keep them out at sun for a couple of days just to let them get established. We don't want to shock those little seedlings too much. But for a Monday morning, we're getting some more bits and bobs done. We're trying that experiment with that mixture of all different nutrients and trying to get it dissolved. So we've got a quick fix, liquid fertiliser, rather than a slow release one. And there's plenty of nutrients in that bowl. So what we'll do with that is, once we've got it dissolved to the point that we want, I'll transfer that to a watering can, and then we'll fill that watering can up, and it'll make about 6 litres of feed. And then it'll all go around those Italian plum tomatoes. And we'll wait for that CalMag to arrive, and then we'll try that. After that, I'll be completely out of ideas. We're giving it consistent watering, and it's going to have all nutrients it needs. And if it doesn't fix those plants, we'll just move on to something else. And if you want to see what that's going to be, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.